Biochemical warfare causes mass destruction, intoxicates the air, and renders it unbreathable. Panicked by the unprecedented disaster, the U.S. government builds makeshift underground bunkers where scientists, considered hope for the future, are kept in deep sleep. To maintain these special bunkers, maintenance workers, who are housed with the scientists, are awakened for 2 hours every 6 months to run maintenance and do inspections. As important intellectuals keep disappearing from the world into the bunkers, the public starts to ask questions about the bunkers and what the government is doing to ensure the safety of the general population. However, the president deflects the question and assures the worried public that every necessary precaution is being taken to safeguard everyone. In the bunker, maintenance worker Bowers awakens for his shift and struggles for air as he adapts to his new oxygenated environment. Bauer walks around the facility, stretching his legs and warming up his body. Soon, his partner Cartwright's awakened, and he too struggles to breathe as he adapts to the different air composition.
You'd think somebody that just slept 6 months would be in a better mood.
Once he settles down, Cartwright rushes to clock in on the control monitor to let other bunkers know that they're all right and is happy to see that everyone's okay. Then Cartwright reviews the reports from the last maintenance workers and is terrified to see that some volcanic activity has been recorded. Then the duo divides the checklists and each goes their different ways, trying to complete each task in time. Halfway through their shift, while the men are hard at work, Cartwright secretly starts hallucinating his wife, Abby, and converses with her. Then Bauer cynically complains to his partner that he feels like a pawn, stuck in the bunker just to keep some important people alive, while Cartwright disagrees and reasons that they're preserving the future by taking care of the intellectuals that are meant to revive the world. Then once finished with everything and with 20 minutes left on their shift, Bauer rewatches an old baseball game while Cartwright reads up on how to calculate the environmental rehabilitation time and excitedly shares that everything might go back to normal in just a few years. However, Bauer disregards this as optimistic nonsense. As the clock runs down, Cartwright mixes their sleeping medication. Then as he mentally prepares to go to his chamber, he starts seeing Abby and shares with her how difficult and claustrophobic the whole process makes him feel.
I tell myself that every time.
Soon, Cartwright is utterly shocked to see his chamber go up in flames as a result of a small seismic activity and runs to extinguish it while calling on Bauer for help.
Open the door!
The men manage to extinguish the fire, but Cartwright's chamber is completely ruined.
That's not right.
Hey, you were responsible for checking the diagnostics.
Then before the men can figure out anything else, their shift time runs out, causing a blackout and ceasing the air supply.
Shit. We're out of air.
The duo then uses their flashlights to locate the manuals and are relieved to locate the emergency reserve cylinders. Then they climb onto the air routing chambers and crawl to the emergency safety valve. They then find the valve and turn it on, but are disappointed to see that it's not working. Then as the men sit around contemplating their deaths, Bauer shares that he had lied about being single to get the job and was in fact married with 3 children. After sharing how much he misses his family, Bauer stresses that since it's just the 2 of them now, they have to treat each other and care for one another like family in order to survive. To the men's relief, the emergency release works soon and the shift time is restarted, providing the bunker with power and air.
Time to make our next move.
As the first order of business, the men decide to repair Cartwright's chamber and go to the storage room to find spare parts, but are soon disappointed to find nothing.
See, this is what happens when you slap things together at the last minute.
The men then head to a large sealed storage room with hopes of finding something helpful. After searching through large, dark storage rooms for a few minutes, the men hit the jackpot and find the items they need.
Found it. Oh, yeah.
With an hour left on the clock, the men finish repairing Cartwright's chamber. However, Cartwright doubts the safety and hesitates to enter. Then, wishing to finish the testing and go back to deep sleep before their time runs out, Bauer volunteers to test it himself and enters, while Cartwright stands close by, ready to respond to any emergency. Soon, Bauer reports that there is a leak in the chamber and asks Cartwright to check the air tank. However, while Cartwright goes to check it out, the air in the chamber suddenly starts thinning, and Bauer screams for help as he starts to suffocate. minutes later, Cartwright returns and is utterly terrified to see that the chamber has collapsed on Bauer. Then he frantically cuts the seals open, frees his friend, and apologizes, explaining he had gone to find a box cutter to open the air tank. However, the men get into an argument as the agitated Bauer accuses Cartwright of negligence. Once everything calms down, Bauer leads Cartwright to a room filled with sleeping chambers, suggests randomly picking one, ejecting its occupant, and using it for Cartwright. Cartwright is shocked at first, but after a lengthy discussion, becomes convinced and prepares a shot of morphine to sedate the ejected victim. However, Abby comes into his visions and, after detailing that what he's doing is murder, urges him not to go along with it. Cartwright swiftly changes his mind and opts out of the plan, which annoys Bauer. Hence, a fight breaks out between the partners. After a lengthy fight, the men calm down, and Cartwright comes up with a plan. After consulting the monitors, Cartwright details that there is a sister bunker around them named ABC, which has recently clocked in and reported that it is operational, and suggests carefully going there and looking for spare parts. After a lengthy discussion, Bauer gets on board with the idea and helps Cartwright navigate his way through the intercom radio. Cartwright then dons a hazmat suit and sets off in the air ducts. However, minutes later, Cartwright sees a dead soldier right outside their side of the air duct's door and is terrified.
Ours or theirs?
Then, with half an hour left on the clock, Cartwright begins navigating through pitch darkness while Bauer configures the monitors and prepares to guide him.
Give me a thumbs up.
All right, cool. Keep moving.
After minutes of walking, Cartwright is excited to find the ABC Deep Sleep facility and reports his discovery to Bauer, who makes a note of it.
I think I found it.
Ah, you're right.
However, once he enters, Cartwright is confused to see that the whole facility is out of power, making the doors inoperable. Hoping someone would open it for him, Cartwright loudly knocks on the door, to no avail.
Stop, you're wasting air.
I was hoping somebody could hear me.
Then, with the help of Bauer and the visions of a supportive Abby, Cartwright carries on, finds an air duct, and jumps in to bypass the door and enter the bunker. However, soon Cartwright is shocked to find the air ducts filled with corpses and wonders if there's any hope of finding help.
You okay, buddy?
This place is full of dead people.
Bauer calms the panicked Cartwright and keeps guiding him through the air ducts. Soon, the radio communication starts breaking up, and as Bauer looks around the monitors to fix it, he's perplexed to find the box cutter Cartwright had claimed to search for, sitting in the toolbox next to the sleeping chamber. This raises Bauer's antenna, and he becomes suspicious. He maintains the radio communication with Cartwright, but uses one of the monitors to check the surveillance video of the bunker. Elsewhere, Cartwright makes it through the air ducts to the ABC bunker and is shocked to find it completely dilapidated. To make matters worse, Cartwright continues inside, finds a ladder that leads to the ground, climbs up, and is utterly terrified to see that mankind has been wiped out and the world has collapsed. Cartwright returns to the ABC bunker, reports what he saw to Bauer, and concludes that the catastrophe must have happened a long time ago. He then realizes that their bunker is the only one left and that an automated computer has been clocking in for all the other bunkers in order to make the survivors feel better and to protect them from insanity. Elsewhere, Bauer finally finds the relevant surveillance video and is quite hurt to see that Cartwright had been standing next to the malfunctioning chamber the whole time he was choking. He then analyzes the footage closely and realizes that Cartwright had wanted him to die and only changed his mind at the last minute. As Bauer grapples with his discovery, Cartwright reports that he's running low on air and makes his way back to the bunker. He then reaches the air duct door, but when he knocks, Bauer appears and confronts him about the toolbox cutter and reveals that he saw the video recordings. Desperate, Cartwright asks Bauer to let him in so that he can explain everything, but is soon shocked to see that Bauer is armed with a gun he took from the dead soldier.
Did you really try to kill me?
Just let me in. We can talk about it.
Then Bauer announces that Cartwright is a danger to him, to the sleepers, and to the whole facility, and refuses to let him in. Panicked and running out of air, Cartwright runs back, hoping to search for another way in. Soon, Cartwright hallucinates Abby, who points him in the direction of an air duct and encourages him to crawl through and head to the bunker. Bauer watches Cartwright crawling through the air ducts, and after scolding him for his betrayal, tries to force him to return.
Look, there's nothing out there. There's nowhere to go. How does it feel knowing you're gonna die out there, huh?
With only 15 minutes left on the clock, Cartwright makes it back to the bunker and sneaks in. However, Bauer soon finds him and starts shooting at him in the dark corridors of the bunker. Soon, a quiet chase ensues in the dark corridors of the bunker, and Bauer uses different tactics to find Cartwright but fails. Then Cartwright escapes to the main area of the bunker and heads to the infirmary to prepare a lethal injection. But then, the thought of killing his friend troubles him, and he hesitates. However, he soon has a vision of Abby, who encourages him to go through with his original plan, citing that this is a kill or be killed situation, and convinces him.
If you don't do this, he'll kill you. You have to do this for us.
Soon, Cartwright becomes the chaser and discreetly goes around the bunker looking for Bauer. However, just when he gets to the control station, Bauer comes out of nowhere and shoots him in the shoulder.
How much this hurts me?
Then Bauer finds a wedding picture of Cartwright and realizes that Abby is one of the sleepers in the bunker. Then, hoping to bait Cartwright to reveal himself, Bauer threatens to kill Abby, which backfires and forces Cartwright to sneak up on Bauer and inject him with a lethal dose of morphine. Bauer, who has done everything to help his partner, falls down and dies peacefully.
Take care of your girl. Clock's ticking.
With 5 minutes left on the clock, Cartwright quickly gets into Bauer's chamber and puts himself to sleep.
Keeping this place functional.
Sometime later, once the environment is rehabilitated and the air becomes breathable, the computer system awakens all of the sleepers in the bunker, including Abby. Abby and Cartwright finally reunite.